You know those spatial awareness tests where you have a shape and then you have options of like, if you turn it this way, what does it look like from the right? Yeah, that's what this is, but it's a nightmare. Okay, the jacket's done. Now I am going to work on the vest. I happened to find this at a thrift store for $1. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay out the fabric and start cutting the fabric out. Well, this was an amazing bust. It's not complete. It doesn't have any of the vest pieces, so it's totally useless. It is a completely useless pattern. I am going to throw it in the trash. Let me see what I've got in my stash.
You can't rely on anyone these days. You gotta do everything yourself.
Oh, what the heck? When did I buy that? Well, maybe that solves all of my problems. What other goodies do I have back here that I didn't know about? Oh my gosh, no, don't get on my fabric, come on. Oh, I love you too. I have my fronts cut out, and I cut out this fabric for a lining. I have to put in these darts. Now this is an area where the fabric gets pinched. Anywho. So I'm gonna go ahead and sew this, and then it'll create like this kind of dart. I've got both of these done, both of these darts sewn, and this is what it looks like when you open it up. So the front of the vest is gonna look kind of like that. All right, so it looks fine. I'm super confused by these instructions. It's not very clear, it's not numbered easily to follow. Here I am thinking, I've made a vest before, this is gonna be the easy part. This can now go this way. So when I flip it over, that doesn't make any sense at all. How was that working before? Oh, I see. Wait, but then why is that one so much longer? So at this point, something is massively wrong with the way that I've constructed this. I can't figure out how to connect the sides in a way that properly matches the pattern instructions, and I know something is wrong, but I can't figure out why or how to fix it. This is the sleeve side, and this is the front part. I'm gonna sew up to this and stop, and then start here and go all the way down and all the way around and back up to the other shoulder part, because the shoulders get sewn together next. Okay, scratch that. The way I was pinning it was the wrong way. I have to sew right sides together, which means I gotta flip it over. And that, I don't know how I actually accommodate that. That doesn't make sense. So I'm having a moment. I did something fundamentally wrong. I don't know if it was because I wasn't supposed to sew the lining in with the darts. So I'm gonna stop myself right there. Now I wrestled with this for ages and just could not figure out what I did wrong. So finally I figured out that yes, sewing the lining and the outer panels together at the darts was definitely the problem. Because they were connected at the darts, I couldn't flip the garment to the right side after sewing it around the edges. So now somehow I have to separate the layers at the darts or give up on the lining altogether and just make it without one. Don't make fun of me, I feel bad enough. I can salvage this. I can cut this part completely off, make new ones. I'm experimenting, I'm gonna try something. Done. So I wasn't supposed to put the darts together. I think I was supposed to make just the front, like the outside layer first, and then do the inside layer of the lining exactly the same, which makes a lot more sense. I didn't know. I didn't know. So I'm gonna go ahead and pin this to this, and then we're gonna see where we stand, because if this also fails, I'm giving up and I'm just gonna go run and never come back.
Let's not blow this out of proportion.
Everything is pinned up. And this says now I gotta sew all the way around, just not on the shoulder seams. Okay, we're all clipped, we're all trimmed, and we're ready to flip this guy to the other side and assess the damage. Oh my gosh, it looks like a vest. Holy mackerel. I salvaged the lining, everyone. I salvaged the lining. So there it is, see, and it's got the lining on the inside and it goes the right way, hallelujah, okay. I've pressed it. I think it looks pretty good. Now I just have to follow the instructions of connecting it this way. Okay, so I'm gonna line these guys up and I'm going to sew them along this seam and then fold it over, tuck this bit in there, and then hand sew that part of the lining and that part of the lining together. That's cool. It might be obvious to some of you guys, but to me it was like, ooh, how interesting. Okay, neat. So I learned a new technique today and that I didn't know before. All right, I'm measuring out the buttonholes now. So I'm just marking where the line is that the placement is going to be. And now let me get my button. These are the buttons I got. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that looks good. Okay, so that is about 3/4 of an inch too little. I want to do 7/8 of an inch. I've decided 7/8. There we go. Okay. Oh man, that's a tough one. That's being particularly difficult. Now just as a test, watch. Look. Boop. So here's the finished vest. You got the lining on the inside. Looks really nice. And then on the other side, in the reverse, checkered pattern here. And looks pretty good. Okay, with the jacket and vest finally done, I can move on to the rest of the items needed to complete this look. I'm on a serious time crunch, so we're gonna have to improvise a lot of these pieces to get this done on time. Starting with the long sleeve shirt. Now I don't have time to create a more screen accurate one, so let's see what the boy has in his closet to work with. So we got a shirt. Oh boy. Well, that takes care of that. Next, we need a blazer and pants. Again, if I had the time, I'd try to custom create all of these, but I literally have hours left. A suit and pants that will be perfectly suitable.
And I thought my jokes were bad.
Done and done. Next, we need a tie. It doesn't need to be screen accurate, it just has to look the part. Now we need shoes and socks. Anything that will read well from afar is okay. Got these shoes at Walmart in the women's section. They actually have a purple tint to them, so it worked pretty well. We paired them with these Saka socks. Why not? Next up, the pocket watch. Next, makeup and hair will be easy. We already have a face paint kit and hairspray. And that just leaves the gloves. I actually found official Dark Knight Joker costume gloves for kids that I bought online. And that should do it.
It wasn't hard.